Alright, we finally got parts for the Subaru. Now we're gonna put this block together. So the head stuff's over here for now. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get done tonight. I'm gonna guess. Get the block together tonight, at least, hopefully. Then maybe get the head valves in there. Alrighty, so I got most of the parts pulled out. So here's how the block looks for now. And I'm pretty much gonna piece all this back together. Ordering there, ordering there. I started a couple of videos already, so let's just see how this goes. Alright, I got all the bearings in there. Here's the new frame. Man, it's freaking hot. I told him to get some assembly lube. I told him I might need 2 of the gasket maker, but instead he got 2 assembly lube. Okay, well, since these bearings, I was just gonna swap out these rod bearings just to fix the issue, but because Subaru, you have to take it all apart pretty much. You might as well just rebuild it like almost every single time. So alright, got the crank and block in there together.
Sometimes they fall out like that. I promise they're not going to go. They're not going to go.
Yes.
I like to put these in as I go around the engine. Don't have to, but I just like to do it. So we've got that one in. We've got one piston in. Next thing I need to do, I'm going to go around and put the rest of the piston rings and get the rest of them installed. They all install the same way. You've got this access plug here. You've got this one down on the bottom.
Hey guys, so unfortunately I got to tear apart the ej257 again. Reason being is that this one here pulled the threads on the last bolt or stud on the block. I already tried tapping it, tried putting an insert in there, but it didn't work out. And if you watch one of my old videos, I had that same problem with this, taking it out with the old head bolts. Unfortunately, it sucks, but I mean, I should have just went with the helicoil method instead of the insert, because these ones here have that little flange. I tried grinding it down and putting it in there. It worked for a little bit, but it didn't want to hold, and I think it's because of that flange. Anyways, I already messed it up. This hole here. So I I really got no choice but to take it back to the machine shop. The guy said, so this is the old ej257 block that was in this one. We didn't end up going with the new short block from IAG, so we ended up getting new crank, new rods, and we used the block. But unfortunately, I forgot about this hole here, and right when I was torquing it to 90 foot-pounds, I was so close. I was at 83, 84 5 foot-pounds, and then slowly it just started losing tension.
I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful.
Alright, so the new block has finally arrived. And now I just gotta see these head studs fit in there all the way. And if they all go down all the way, we're all good. As you can see, we got the old block over there, half of it, and the crank is still in there. And the other block is just sitting on the floor. So starting over, I'm gonna make sure this goes in there all the way, and after that, swap everything over. Alright, so all the head studs went in. There was no binding or anything. Well, there was one, but turns out that one of the head studs itself is kind of slightly messed up, so I kind of got it figured out. We'll see what happens, but the block is good so far. All right, yo, so here's the new block. I finally got the crank disconnected, and here's the pistons, A and B, because they're different sizes. Luckily this block here is also an A and B. So this one goes AB, AB. On the old block, it went the same thing. It went AB, except this part was swapped around. So it went AB, BA. And the funny thing is, I didn't measure the pistons when I put it in the old block. And I just thought I'd measure it just because I was curious. And I had the pistons in the right spots the whole time. So check this out, 98.5. And you can see it's nice and tight. I can just brush it through. You can see it went up to 98.6. And I can just slide it through. And if I go to B, it goes up to about 98.7. It's slightly bigger. All right, here we are. So now there's the old block, and now there is the new block. Now I got the bearings in here and go, you know, whatever, put it back together. I gotta do this. So right now it's about like 7 o'clock. I'm gonna try to get this done by the morning. Hopefully get it dropped in tomorrow, maybe, we'll see. But this thing has been here for too long, or the Subaru has. Alright. Time lapse. Alright, so right now it is currently 10:33. I just got one more piston put in, then I gotta clean all this up. Here's how it looks. Alright, so here's where we are at. Got the block cleaned up. Looks not perfect, but it looks better than before. So this is the best I'm going to get it. This is an 800 grit with a little bit of wire brush here. I'll clean it off one more time with some car cleaner or brake clean or starting fluid. but I am going to copper spray these head gaskets. So this is a moly, and I'm just going to copper spray it just to help it fill up the imperfections. Since it's aluminum on aluminum, it should be fairly nice for it. I do this on a Supra all the time, you know, with the copper spray. I just feel like it always helps. And since it's not I didn't get a machine, not the block anyways, I'd say it's just best to just do it, since this is what it looks like. And if you look at the heads, you know, it looks just as the same. I mean, the heads do look better, but other than that, I'm just gonna copper spray this down, put a couple coats, and I probably won't be able to get this done tonight, but I'm gonna at least get it copper sprayed. Alright, here goes nothing. Alright, this is how it looks. I've only got 2 coats on it. Not as tacky. There's a slight run on that one right there, but it'll be fine. It's gonna get crushed anyways. So this is how it looks. And yeah, so I'm only doing 5 studs each side, and I'm gonna do AOP bolts, or I mean stock bolts for the top part right here on this corner on both sides, because one of the bolts stripped from the old block and one of the threads on the other one got messed up. So I'm just gonna send it. Block is fairly clean, so let me know what you think. That part's gonna be on the outside, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, compared to the heads look way better, but I'm confident in the block. Okay. Oh. It has to be this way, right? Oh, no. This way. There we go.
I can see it in your eyes, you're angry. Regret got shit on what you're feeling now. Mad cause you like me.
Alright, so this is how far I've made it. It is currently about 2 p.m. right now. I fell asleep around 7 in the morning. So now I just gotta bolt on a bunch of accessories and just pretty much just guess where everything goes. Hopefully I don't have to take anything off to put certain things on. But yeah, I gotta bolt down this coolant, and I think after that, throw in the turbo, exhaust. I'm pretty sure that there's a coolant line here or a tensioner or something. I don't know, but here's how it looks right now. So let's see how far I can get done during the rest of today. Alright, so we're just about hit 8 o'clock p.m. and the reason why it's taking so long I couldn't find this bracket here for the water line bypass. I looked in the trunk, looked over there, and I pretty much spent like 2.5 hours looking for it, but it was up over there on top of the radiator the whole time. Reason is because I need to get the timing cover on there, but I knew something went back here. I just didn't know where it was at. But now I could put the timing cover on, do the timing in this thing, and then after that, oil pan exhaust, and then I should just drop this back in there. So I'll do a little video of that me doing timing, just in case I fucked up anything up. So I gotta put the water pipeline over this part also. Just got done cleaning it up with some water brush. And slowly just recheck everything and go from there. The knock sensor goes there, right? It's been a while since this thing has been torn apart. I'm not sure where this goes. I think this is the knock sensor. Or oil temp sensor, I think. Bracket. I don't know where this goes. Yeah. Oh well, let's just see what happens.
I'm out in the night, strolling through the past, pushing fast in a time of best. Watching the moon, thinking of you, feeling the dream that makes you want and freeze.
Okay. And now I believe we're good to put on timing though. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on the cams. What the heck? What the heck? Alright, so I messed up. I guess I put the camshafts on the wrong side. So these two are supposed to be on this side, and these two are supposed to be on this side. So I gotta take it all back apart. Unfortunately. Now I gotta reseal the valve covers again. Alright, so this is gonna just hold it just so I can get the other side. I guess I could recheck the head bolts too. They're studs. Oh, cam seals. Gotta re-put that on. I could have swore it was on the right side. I sweat. You get a hit. Valve cover gasket. Again. So this is just going on the other side. I can't believe that. Are they marked though? I didn't know they were marked. I don't see any markings on them. I'm pretty sure I had this in the right spot, unless it's supposed to be like that. Unless when I took it apart and I set it with it before. Oh, here's the code. Left. Exhaust. Oh, I didn't even think of it because this one doesn't have any markings. I guess it used to have markings. Alright, so I just want to show you guys this. If it focuses here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says 353 for the caps. And if you look here, 353. And if you go on this side here says, where am I? 840. So this one's 353, which goes on the left side. 353, left side, driver side, and then this one here says 840. E for exhaust side. I can't believe I didn't pay attention to that. Alright, so now I'm just gonna double check the head bolts and then just throw it back together. Alright, so 90 foot-pounds, just gonna just double check, triple check. Remember, we have 5 studs, 1 bolt, 1 stock head bolt. 91. Extra lube. Guy's really tight on money, so it's the best I can do for him. Cheap, but right, I guess you could say. I lost a bolt for this, so this is, or I think it's starting to strip in there, so I got a longer bolt I had laying around. Okay, now time to cover back on, man. Now the camshaft, cam gears should click on. What are you drinking? I wish I didn't, but I do. These coppers should be good, right? I mean, I've only crushed it like once. We'll see. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's see if the driver's side fits real quick. Is this the wrong way? There we go. Now it clicks in there. I can't believe I had the cam shifts on backwards, man. Alright. I'm not sure I'm going to torque these, but this says it's supposed to be 72 foot-pounds. So this is a super belt. And they fit. So I'm just going to just vice grip this and pretty much do it that way. Alright, they want 70 foot-pounds. 72 foot-pounds. Gotta help it. Oh crap, I gotta do it the other way. Alright. Okay, so for the last one, I got it wrapped around here on the passenger side bottom, pulley, crank, and oil pump. Alright, last one, 72 foot-pounds. Yeah. Alright. Cam gears are bolted down. Now I'm just waiting for the tensioner to arrive. And now I'm going to be installing all the oil pan baffles and oil pan. And then the gaskets go here. We'll see if it works. Copper spray, I'm sure it'll work. I did use it on the head gasket also, just to be extra safe. And my tensioner finally came in, so now I can throw that on and do timing on this. It's a little windy right now, so I'm gonna get the motor ready. And then after that, I'll hopefully drop it in by today. So I already cleaned this out as best I can with some starting fluid, some brake clean, and carb cleaner, and then use my air hose to air out whatever metal was in there. And it's pretty clean now. So here's how they have the gaskets put on there. I am reusing these, but it shouldn't be an issue. At least I don't think it should be. And this one goes passenger side. This one goes driver's side. Alright, here's what the oil pan looks like. It's as clean as it's gonna be. Plus I'm almost all out of carb cleaner. Alright, so it goes on this way. Alright, time for timing. Here's the new tensioner. Got this from Import Image Racing. Alright, finally got it timed. This is just off, but it's on the belt though, where it should be. Alright, it only took me like 15 minutes. 15-20 minutes. Alright, so for the gap clearance for this, I'm using 2 Pokemon cards. And pretty much, it should be pretty much perfect. It's exactly 0.5 millimeters. If you want to know what it is, it's Find a Friend, Tojimaru, and Whimsicott. Okay, so I found out where this goes onto. I believe it goes here. And I got this from the old block. So that goes there. And this should go right on top of it. Perfect. So here's the dipstick. And man, whoever rebuilt this a long time ago put so much on there. So look for a new one, clean this up. Alright, so I messed up again. This oil line here goes from here to there. I got it in there now, but I had to loosen up this coolant bridge again. So now I got it in there, and currently I'm just trying to take out this copper washer off this old one. I went ahead and just used a razor blade just to help pry it open. Last thing I want is any old copper O-rings to leak. I remember the Super had it before, and it was just a nightmare to get at the time, because back then it was hard to get copper washers. Let me just see if I can clean this on the spot. Good enough to me. However it goes. Uh-oh, there's a coolant line here. I don't know where that goes to. Oh, okay, it clears it. Dude, I messed up again. So this is the water coolant that goes to the turbo. And I'm trying to get this bolt right there in that hole. This is what happens when you have the car torn apart for so long and things happen. Let's see if I can get it on camera. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, you know what I mean. Yo, I messed up again. So see, I got the bolt in there, right? Well, I found a piece for that, and that little hole is supposed to go in there with it. Now, I gotta take that bolt back out and put this in there, because that's for the drain. I can't believe this. And I have the exhaust on there too. Alright. Hey guys, so fortunately I didn't get to film this part, but I got the engine in there finally. And it took me a little while because this stud here that was for the bottom, there were already bolts in there. And I'll show you later on in the video but pretty much these studs that were in the engine, on the engine, were hitting those bolts, and those bolts underneath there can't be backed out because of the axles. So yeah, it's around 8:30 I started putting it in, and then 10:30 is when I was pretty much done. So a lot longer than it should have been. Now I just gotta do this, put all this back together and see how it goes. Okay, so remember how the engine's in here? Well, the clutch fork isn't clicking in. I'm glad I caught this because I was messing with it yesterday with the owner and didn't want to do anything. He didn't really care. He just said, oh, well, we just bleed it later. But it didn't just click in my head because this is supposed to click in because I've seen videos, you know, did my research. And I looked at it again and the retainer clip freaking fell out. I got the jack up on there right now, and I'm gonna go back underneath on both the transmission mounts and bring out the freaking lift again. I know you want to get your car done, dude, but just let me do it. You guys gotta understand, this car's been here for a while, torn apart. I don't remember where everything goes. First time doing the Subi too. On that side. Okay, it's back out. There it is. See that ring down there? I believe it just goes back in there like that. Right? There we go. Now back in you go. Alright, yo, it clicked in. Remember how it moved before? Now you can see it doesn't move as much. I mean, it still moves, but now it's putting pressure through that way. The clutch fork isn't clicking in. I'm glad I caught this because now slave so I can push this back. All right, and now mounts, intake, and yeah. All right, I'm getting ready to get the intake put in there. I did not know I could unplug this and just pull it out with the whole engine or something like that. I don't know. I've been watching a bunch of Subaru videos and I watched a lot of it, but I did skip a lot of it also. And so far I'm pretty confident in it, but I am a little worried about some of these vacuum lines and coolant lines. Driver's side I'm confident on, but the passenger side I'm just a little iffy about it. I'm also worried about that other hose in the block. I believe it was this one here. I'm not sure what goes into that. Alright, I got the IAG on there and I'm not sure if I did it correctly. I know the valve and the front ones go to those two up there from each side. So I got the back ones of the PCV still on the stock. I got a little extra hose here I hooked up from the Supra, and I'm pretty much going to have it loop back into the hard lines on both sides, and then I believe the coolant hose goes in here. I have to leave this off so I can put the intake on there. And then after that, I think it's good to get put back on. So that goes there, that goes there. So far I got these ones correct. I just don't know how I feel about this, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. Other than that, I just want to get this thing started, man. See how it sounds. All right, I'm gonna go for it. See what happens. I will have to go in there right now. I just want to see how she runs first. I do have oil in there. Let's see what happens. I didn't mean for it to start there. I disconnected the fuel pump. Alright, let's do that again. Alright, yos. Are you guys ready? Alright. Fuel pump, relay, fuel's going back in. Alright. Woo! Let me smoke it. So far, we got no leaks. But, I mean, we got no oil leaks, but it sounds like there's a vacuum leak somewhere. I'm not sure where though. One of us the power steering pump? I don't know. But it sounds like there's a vacuum leak somewhere. Alright, I will continue tomorrow and put coolant in this thing, see if there's any coolant leak. And after that, I think I'm just about finished up, yo. Yo, I'm so happy. I mean, I'm not happy. I mean, I am, but like, I don't want to be too happy yet. Like, I am glad it sounds good, but there are some couple grounds underneath I gotta put together, and I gotta make sure there's no coolant leaks. But yo, what do you think? Well, I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. And then after that, I'm gonna go through everything, and yeah, I'll just see you next video. Peace out. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah.